please join with me in singing the first seasonal hymnal, O Come, Emmanuel, which can be found on page 260 of the hymnal.
Good morning. How nice to see you all here this morning. Good to have you here. On behalf of the Board of Trustees and myself, I'd like to welcome you to Unity Rochester Spiritual Center, the home of love, the home of peace, the home of welcoming and open doors to everyone. At this time, I'd like to welcome our first-time visitors. Is there anyone here for the first time? All right, welcome all of us for being back here. I would like to welcome Aiden Tills, who is accompanying us today. Aiden is now in our rotation, and Aiden is a senior at Nazareth College, majoring in music. Would you please welcome Aiden? We're happy to have you here, Aiden. I'd also like to welcome our guest speaker today, Reverend Stephen Jarose. Steve has been a minister in the spiritual science tradition since 1984 and a friend of Unity Rochester since that time. Steve's experience as a special education teacher and administrator set him on the path of creating environments where everyone is welcomed. Welcomed, valued, and supported in ways which lifts us all. Steve's love of people and the natural environment are expressed through activism, joy, friendship, and humor. Let's welcome Steve Jarose. At this time also, Aisha, could you come up here, please? Aisha has, let me present these to you. Miss America. Aisha has been our music director for about the past 2 years, past 2.5 years, a role she didn't anticipate. She has been a voice of love and peace and of joy, and Aisha's voice is matched by none, and I'm always honored when I have the opportunity to sing with Aisha. She can break into harmony like this. I have to share one anecdote. When we sang the prayer in Italian, and we had every little note out there, and sometimes when we switched verses, I would lose my pitch. Aisha could sing her pitch and go into my ear so I could find my pitch. Let's offer gratitude to Aisha, who will continue singing with our love, always our support, our gratitude. Aisha DaCosta. You have likely read in this week's newsletter that we are installing Mitch as our assistant spiritual director. Mitchell Jones. I'll read a few things, Mitch, before I call you up, so you don't have to just stand here. Okay? There are two main reasons why the Board of Trustees and I made this unanimous decision to bring Mitchell on board with us. There are many behind-the-scenes tasks that go into running our spiritual center, as well as numerous additional tasks in preparing and delivering meaningful lessons that a part-time minister cannot reasonably complete without burning the candle at both ends, which we all know is not healthy. Mitchell will be taking over as music coordinator and hopefully will still sing and play for us. He will also be filling most of the guest speaker slots as he assists with various tasks. But Steve, we will have you back, I promise. Mitchell's professional traits are laudable. He is reliable, committed, knowledgeable, personable, and a man we'd like to nurture and support as his spiritual calling unfolds. Mitch's resume bears acknowledgement. Mitchell K. Jones is a lifelong spiritual seeker, historian, author, and PhD candidate at the University at Buffalo, specializing in the history of early American religion. Mitch was born into the Jehovah's Witnesses, and has studied many diverse philosophies and spiritual traditions, including Swedenborgianism. Got it. Practiced that one for a while. Shakerism, spiritualism, and New Thought. He has had articles published in the Communal Society's Journal and American Communal, I'm sorry, it's my glasses, and the American Studies Association since 2020. Mitch is currently working on research projects related to utopian communes in the 1840s and the harmonial spiritualist philosophy of medium Andrew Jackson Davis. Mitch has been a member of Unity Rochester Spiritual Center since 2022. Since joining URSC, Mitch has given multiple guest lectures and has frequently provided music for Sunday services. He's also a singer, songwriter who plays guitar, banjo, and other instruments. Mitch, would you kindly come up front? Okay, let's see how we can do this. If you will hold on to the Christ candle. And we'll try to do this together if you can speak into it. Okay. Mitch, since we will both be running the day-to-day activities of our spiritual home, we are holding the Christ candle together as I ask you a series of questions to which I'm seeking your responses. Do you recognize Jesus Christ as our way shower?
I do.
Will you follow the guidance of the Bible, our co-founders, New Thought leaders, and Unity teachings, including the 5 Unity principles, to help inform the creation of your lessons and your responses to inquiries about the foundation of unity?
I will.
Will you hold in confidence that which is shared with you by congregants, unless to do so would place them or another in harm's way?
I will.
Will you seek insight and counsel from the board and or me when in doubt or when compelled to do so?
I will.
With the blessing of the Board of Trustees, I now bestow upon you the title of Assistant Spiritual Director of Unity Rochester Spiritual Center. Did you want to have your hand on?
Yes.
Please do. And if you want to say a few words. May we offer blessings to Mitch, if you'd like to, whatever you're comfortable with, putting up your hand. Mitchell, you have been called to this position and you have accepted the call. Whatever you choose to make of this opportunity will be the decision between you and our Creator. We welcome you and support you. We will be here for you every step of the way. May God bless you. May God guide you. And may we always know that God lives within you and expresses through you. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Would you like to say a few words?
First, I want to express my gratitude to Reverend Barb and to the board and to everybody for putting their faith and confidence in me. It really feels good that you all have put so much faith in me and believe that I can do this task that's before me. A couple years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago or so, I was starting to think about spiritual things again, and I was thinking, I really need a spiritual community where I can talk to like-minded people. And I was like, if only there was a community like that in Rochester. And I knew I wanted it to be, at least somehow Christian or Christian-oriented, because that's sort of my background, my cultural upbringing. I knew I wanted it to be mystical or metaphysical in some sort of way. I knew I wanted it to be sort of socially liberal and affirming and accepting of all kinds of people. And I knew I wanted it to be a real community where people met in real life. And I was in the Goodwill one day, and I found this little book. This is a wonderful book. Actually, I don't think we have it in the bookstore, but maybe we could get it. Magnificent Decision by James A. Decker. And I looked inside here, and I'm like, oh, this looks like an interesting book. Published by Unity School of Christianity. And I had never heard of that before. And I'm like, so I look it up online. I'm like, oh, the 5 principles. I believe all these things. This is great. And I found there's a community in Rochester, and so I joined up, of course. But I'll read this little part from this book. This has a lot of wisdom, and I will be giving a sermon exploring some of the ideas in this book further in the future. But this is a little clip from Myrtle Fillmore, one of our co-founders. A woman wrote to her. She was thinking about moving to California. And she was like, I'm not really sure. What should I do? And this is what Myrtle Fillmore told her. Begin at once to get ready to do the thing which you desire to do and feel is best. Exercise your faith and do your part to bring about the good that you are asking for. And she was asking, well, I think people might doubt this decision. They might think I'm not in my right mind. Myrtle Fillmore says, your faith must lay right hold of the things you ask for and expect. The folks out there will feel your ready decision and your definite way of handling your affairs, and that will count in their decision. And so I have tried to prepare the way for this task so far, and I hope that you all can see that and that you'll continue to give me your support. So thank you very much.
And just as a final word, Mitch, this is your code to the front door. This now allows you entry without permission. Thank you, Mitchell Jones. Please join in singing, I behold the Christ in you. Please join in singing, I behold the Christ in you. Hymn 65.
I behold the Christ in you. Here the life of God I see. I can see who Christ too. I can see Him whole and free. I behold the Christ in you. I can see this as you walk. I see this in all you do. I can see this as you talk. I behold God's love expressed. I can see you filled with power. I can see you ever blessed. See Christ in you hour by hour. I behold the Christ in you. I can see that perfect one. Led by God in all you do, I can see God's work is done.
Prayer chaplains, if you'll please bring up the prayer box. Suzanne Brower, member of our prayer chaplains, who's also my personal prayer chaplain, called and left me a beautiful message. I'm so sorry I missed your call, but I sat there in the candlelight and listened to you. Thank you, Suzanne. Contained within this prayer box are your prayers, your offers of gratitude, your expressions of faith. Our prayer chaplains will pray for you and will send your intentions to Silent Unity, where prayer chaplains there will pray for your intentions for 30 days. Together, may we recite the Lord's Prayer. Our Creator, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And leave us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen. Daily Word will be read by William Turner. Thank you, William.
Good. It's always an honor to read the Daily Word. Today's word is hope and faith. Inspired by hope and assured by faith, I begin my Advent journey. As Advent begins, I welcome the opportunity to reflect more deeply on what I hope for and what I affirm in my life. Hope is a seed, a possibility. My divine faculty of imagination allows the seed of hope to sprout. Nurtured by faith, the seed takes root and grows from hope I believe. I may have once hoped God would help me. Now I have faith that through the Christ within, I can help myself. I may have once hoped for the life of my dreams. Now I have faith I can create the life I want through the power of my feelings and thoughts. I believe. I mindfully use these words at the start of my Advent journey and beyond. From Colossians, to them God chose to make known how great moving among the Gentiles are the riches of the glory of this mystery, which is Christ in you, the hope of glory. Colossians 1:27. I promised Steve that I would be his booster rocket to get him started. So if he doesn't hit the mark, don't blame the booster.
Thank you, William, I think. Good morning, everyone. It's always a joy to be with you. You know, this morning, as I was going over my notes, I had the radio on, and there was a program about high school students who were interested in becoming teachers. And they were observing a classroom, a preschool classroom, through a two-way mirror. So they could see the children, but the children couldn't see them. And their teacher said, "What do you notice about the teacher working with the little ones?" And they said, "She smiled a lot." And their teacher said, "That is so true, because a smile means so much to little ones. Smile means so much to all of us. So I greet you with a smile and a happy heart in exchange for all the smiles that you gave to me as I walked through the door this morning. And if you can't give a hug or get a hug, you can always give a smile." Today's affirmation is, "The road ahead may be unsure, but I walk by faith, not by sight." Today's talk is the first Sunday in Advent, anticipation and faith. As most of us know, Advent marks the first of 4 Sundays in the Christian calendar, leading to the birth of Jesus on Christmas Day, December 25th. It is a time of excitement and joy, especially if you think of Christmas along with Santa and the many presents he has in store for good little girls and boys like us. When we're little, the possibilities seem endless. They still are. As we grow in understanding, we realize that Jesus, the Christ, has a gift for adults as well. The true gift of Christmas is the birth of this consciousness in our hearts. Each year we get this marvelous reminder that Jesus and Christ consciousness is not somewhere far off, but deep inside us, always loving us, always encouraging us no matter what. We are seeking the divine intelligence that resides deep within, that inner knowing that is in everyone, yet uniquely ours. The season of Advent inspires us and reminds us that our faith carries us from possibility and hope to the reality of Christ in us, and in ways we never may have anticipated. I admit that I sometimes forget this vital truth. I think I have to be in control. I know best, and I'm the only one in the whole universe who understands what I'm going through. Now, I want to believe. At the same time, I doubt my ability to do so. I'm holding two contradictory beliefs at the same time. Doing so defeats my end goal, proving to myself that I didn't have it in me all along, like a catch-22. So, to remind myself that this is a false assumption, I thought I'd ask my dear friend Albert Dickerson to share a story with me this morning. I have no idea where it originated, and I've never shared it before. So if you are aware of its source, please let all of us know so we can give it full credit. The dialogue is called Installing Love on the Computer. It has just two characters. I play the part of the customer, hopefully I can get this to stick on for a minute or two. If I squinch my nose, that always helps a little bit. So, customer. And guess who plays the part of the tech support? Albert, would you come up, please? Albert's going to be here. Yeah, that's...
Thank you, better you than me. Oh, that's good, Steve.
Good. And you want to just speak, adjust that microphone so we can hear you and your customer.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Okay.
very good. Okay. So, I have to get the customer's part here. Ring, 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 ring.
Yes. How can I help you?
Wow, I get a real person. Nobody's put me on hold. This is terrific. Well, thank you for answering. After much consideration, I've decided to install Love on my computer. Can you guide me through that process?
Yes, I can help you. Are you ready to proceed?
Well, you should know I'm not very technical, but I think I'm ready. What do I do first?
Well, first step is to open your heart. Have you located your heart?
Yeah, but you should know there are several other programs running now. Is it okay to install Love while they're running?
What programs are running?
Oh, let's see. I have Past Hurt, Low Self-Esteem, Grudges, oh, and Resentment running right now.
No problem. Love is gradually erased past hurt from your current operating system. It may remain in your permanent memory, but it will no longer disrupt other programs. Love will eventually override low self-esteem with modules of its own called high self-esteem. However, you have to completely turn off grudge and resentment. Those programs prevent Love from being properly installed. Can you turn those off?
I don't know how to turn them off. Can you tell me how?
With pleasure. Go to the Start menu and select Forgiveness. Do this as many times as necessary until grudge and resentment have been completely erased.
Let's see. Okay. Done. Gosh, Love has started installing itself. Is that normal?
Yes, but remember that you have only the base program. You need to begin connecting other hearts in order to get the upgrades.
Oh, oops, I have an error message already. It says, error, program not run on external components. What should I do?
Don't worry. It means that the Love program is set up to run on internal hearts, but has not yet been run on your heart. In non-technical terms, it simply means you have to love yourself before you can love others.
Oh, so what should I do?
Well, pull down self-acceptance, then click on the following files: forgive oneself, forgive yourself, realize your worth, and acknowledge your power.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot, but I got it.
Okay, now copy them on the My Heart directory. The system will override any conflicting files and begin patching faulty programming. Also, you need to delete verbose self-criticism from all directories and empty your recycle bin to make sure it is completely gone and never comes back.
Let's see, okay, delete verbose self-criticism. I sure have a lot of that. Hey, I got it. My heart is filling up with new files. Smile is playing on my monitor, and peace and contentment are copying themselves all over my heart. Is this normal?
Sometimes. For others, it takes a while, but eventually everything gets it at the proper time. So Love is installed and running. One more thing before we hang up. Love is freeware. Be sure to give it and its various modules to everyone you meet. They will in turn share it with others and return some cool modules back to you.
Gosh, it's amazing that Love is freeware. That's a bargain. You've been a great help. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Thank you, Al. So, let's take a little time to review what happens in the dialogue. But first, let's skip right to the punchline. Who is our real tech support? That's right. I know you're thinking it. It's Jesus Christ manifesting as Christ consciousness. Always there. Always loving. Always serving as our tech support when life is joyful and when it gives us challenges. No matter our faith tradition, the Christ consciousness is waiting for us to sit still long enough to allow it to speak to us. As the customer, current programs on my computer included past hurt, low self-esteem, harboring grudges, and resentment. Do you think those devices might be slowing down my ability to navigate life's ups and downs smoothly? Yep. Love eventually overrides these past hurts, but we have to utilize it. We have to use it so we don't lose it. I'm hoping for a positive result, but I have yet to tap the strength of faith that abides in me. Forgiveness is also a program that's essential to install. That means no grudges or resentments, whether towards God, towards others we're convinced have done us wrong, or towards ourselves, because we believe we're unworthy, not good enough, or imperfect in some way. These are the early hurts that severed the connection between us and our source. It was always there. It was always there. Somehow, it got lost in the static of everyday messages that made us feel inferior and ever in search of a magic potion that would make things right. These are the blockages that keep love's presence from manifesting in us and through us. Yes, the first Sunday in Advent is a time of hope and excitement. We remember Jesus' promise to return, and that fills us with hope and desire. Advent is a time of stories, symbols, carols, presents, and family members that bring out the child in us. We wait with hearts filled with love. Our faith assures us that we'll get there because we're not alone. We never have been. Now, the great revelation to me is that there's nothing to wait for. From the moment of our conception, we were created in the image and likeness of God. We and our Creator are one, united, whole, complete, I am presence. Our task is simply to reconnect love to the place it never left, the human heart. I like to say, in summary, that means we're getting close. In summary, once we see ourselves in this light, our hearts they swell with gratitude. We can then extend this grace to others. We can experience the Christ consciousness in them, hidden as it may be from them, and so often from us. Our life journey becomes one of continuous discovery. This is the magic and wonder of Advent. Our hope and faith are the seeds, nurtured by love, that allow unconditional love to flourish in us and throughout the universe. May your holidays be especially rewarding, peace-filled, and wondrous in every way. Thank you. I'll take my props. Thank you.
As we prepare ourselves for meditation, if you recognize this pre-meditation song, feel free to join in. Still my mind, be at peace in my awakening. I release with my heart, free my soul, and my awakening. I
Close our eyes, take a nice deep breath. And another deep breath, and allow your shoulders to drop. Release the tightness in your chest and in your back and abdomen. Release the stress from your hips and your thighs, your lower legs, your feet, your toes, your hands. Allow yourself to rest in the arms of our way shower, Jesus, as he embraces you and helps you to remember your truth, that we are one with our Creator and with all of creation. That through our emerging awakening, we recognize that we have stored negative files on that hard drive within our mind. And as we recognize some of those negative files, we pull them forward and we name them. Please take the time and a moment to name those negative files that you have stored within your mind that were not there upon your creation. Name them now silently. And place them in the trash bin. And as additional files make themselves known to you, place them in the trash bin. And then right-click to delete forever. Notice how much power your computer now has, your mind now has, your heart now has. Notice those feelings within of peace, tranquility, of joy. Recognize the self-love that was there from the beginning of your creation, of our creation. And we need to remember to nurture that self-love by taking care of ourselves, by extending love to each other, and by sometimes stepping back in order to rest and be at peace. In the silence, search your hard drive one more time. Delete. And be at peace in the arms of our brother Jesus. In the silence. Are we back? Did you go to that nice place? I don't think I welcomed Finn this morning. Welcome, Finn. I think he's going to help Grandma with the collection. May we recite together, please. Divine love, flowing through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am grateful.
Every prayer is answered. Every prayer is heard. Every thought and feeling, every spoken word, what your soul has longed for, what your heart can feel, is already here, is already real. There is no one out there, there is no one else. You hold all the answers deep inside yourself. There's a voice that whispers, there's no you, no me. There's just one, there's just unity. One power, one presence, one light to lead the way. All loving, all knowing, that answers when we pray. When the world looks darkest and your eyes can't see, gather all your troubles, give them all to me. I am always with you. I will always be. I am one. I am unity. We are one. We are unity.
Stop making me cry. Thank you, Finn. Thank you, Graham. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you all for sharing from your abundance. We bless this. Sorry. We bless this to our ministry. And so it is. Amen. 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 I'm a crybaby, I admit it, so you just got to go with it. I'm surprised you haven't gotten tears like this before. Okay, let's go back. Where are we? Ooh, forward, forward, forward. No, no. Backward, 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 backward. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Daryl, are you doing something back there? Are you doing this? Okay. Here we are. All right. I know, Barbara Boyce, this is not a great graphic. Because I wanted it. No, it's not. I wanted it in the newsletter, but I admit it's not. This is what's important. We had 4 services for peace and unity, specifically noted for our city, our nation, and our world for 4 months. For 4 months. And then I read in the Democrat and Chronicle, number of shooting victims at 4-year low. The number of shooting victims in a year's span fell below 200 this month for the first time since June 2020. Now you tell me if our prayers and our intentions did not have some kind of effect. Heck yeah, we'll take that credit. So today, after service, decorating right here in the sanctuary. Barbara, are you heading this up? Julie? Excellent. We're going to de-Thanksgiving and re-Christmas? Sounds good. Okay. Let's celebrate together. We have our annual Ugly Sweater Caroling Pizza Party. Saturday, December 14th. Please put that on your calendar. What time, Nancy? 6 o'clock. Thank you. Okay. Christmas Eve service. Note this, please. There will be no Christmas Day service. We will have a Christmas Eve service at 4 p.m. It promises to be a faithful and loving and joyful ceremony and service. We look forward to you being here with us. There'll be no fellowship gathering afterwards. We'll go home, wait for Santa, and for the reminder of the awareness of our rebirth of our Christ self. Mustard seed collection for the holiday gifts bag. There's a big blue box in the lobby. Anything that would be for winter wear or toys, something for folks in our city. Not toys, not toys. Thank you, Bernie. But we're going for winter wear, is that right?
Winter wear, toiletries, and any type of prepackaged snack crackers or cookies, that type of thing.
Thank you, thank you, yes. Come on, battery. Service time change. Based on our survey, we'll be starting on January 5th, 10:30 a.m., and it will continue the entire year. The Hoodie Project, headed up by Donna Lee. If you could bring in, if you would like to, bring in a brand new hoodie for teenagers with nothing written on it, in various sizes for teenagers, and then we'll just place them on a chair next to the sideboard. Meditation evening class Tuesday. Daryl, anything?
Yes, we're doing our monthly healing meditation on Tuesday, and we sure could use as many folks to show up as possible because the more energy, the more effective we are. We've got some folks that really need our help.
Absolutely. This is for our website. Barbara, was there anything more beyond this? For our newsletter. Sign up for it. Seeking volunteers to bring flowers. Boy, it'd be great to have poinsettias here starting next week. Prayer chaplains are available around the outside of the sanctuary after service, and the prayer for protection. I'm going to join you. Hi, Babsy.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds
the outside of the sanctuary for Let There Be Peace on Earth.